Hello, and thank you for joining me for today's devotion. We will be continuing our study of the book of Genesis, now with Genesis chapter 7. The Lord said to Noah, "Come into the ark, you and your entire household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. From every clean animal take with you 7 pairs, a male and his female. From the animals that are not clean take 2, a male and his female. Also from the clean birds of the sky take 7 and 7, male and female, and of all the unclean birds 1 pair, a male and a female, to keep their offspring alive on the face of the whole earth. In 7 days I will cause it to rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. Every living thing that I have made I will wipe off the face of the earth." Noah did everything that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood came, and water covered the earth. Noah went into the ark with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives because of the waters of the flood. Clean animals, animals that are not clean, birds, and everything that creeps on the ground went into the ark with Noah 2 by 2, male and female, just as God had commanded Noah. After 7 days the waters of the flood came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that very day all the fountains of the great deep burst open, and the floodgates of the sky were opened. The rain came down on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. On that same day Noah, Noah's sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons, along with them, entered the ark. They went in with every animal according to its kind, all the livestock according to their kinds, every creeping thing that creeps on the earth according to its kind, and everything that flies according to its kind, flying birds of every sort. Pairs of all the animals that have the breath of life in them went to Noah in the ark. A male and female of each animal that breathes went in, just as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut Noah in. The flood kept coming on the earth for 40 days. The waters became deeper and lifted up the ark until it floated high above the earth. The water kept increasing and overwhelmed the earth, and the ark was carried along on the surface of the water. The water overwhelmed the earth. All the high mountains that were under the sky, the entire sky were covered. The waters rose more than 20 feet above the mountains and covered them. All living creatures that moved on the earth perished, including birds, livestock, wild animals, every creeping thing that crawls on the earth, and all mankind. Everything that breathed the breath of life through its nostrils, that is, everything that was on the dry land, died. Every living thing that was on the face of the earth was wiped out, including mankind, livestock, creeping things, and birds of the sky. They all were wiped off the earth. Only Noah was left, as well as those who were with him in the ark. The waters overwhelmed the earth for 150 days. Here ends the word of the Lord. Noah is given a great deal of preparation from God for the judgment that is coming. Jesus would later speak about the days of Noah as an example of the last day. Just as it was in the days of Noah, so it will be when the Son of Man returns. In fact, in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the very day that Noah entered the ark. And they did not realize what was coming until the flood came and took them all away. That is how it will be when the Son of Man returns. Point being, be prepared. And we are prepared by listening to the Word of God. By this Word, received by faith, we are declared righteous and saved. Among the preparations for Noah and his family, provisions for life in the new world was the orchestration of salvation for the animal kingdom. All the birds and land animals alive today are descended from those whom God sent to board the ark. He used his divine expertise in animal husbandry to bring the best specimens for each animal kind. And even within that number was a special provision for those animals designated clean, who are to enter not 2 by 2, but by 7s. And the larger number was obviously to provide for animal sacrifice, which had already been practiced by Abel and probably others. What's curious here is that the designation for clean animals had not yet been set down in the Levitical law. Moses himself would not be born for many centuries. Nevertheless, God must have given some instruction to the patriarchs about this, which only emphasizes the truth that God-pleasing things are defined by God alone, not by any inclination of man's heart. And therefore we see the total and utter destruction in the judgment of God upon the world that displeased him. The world changed. This is probably the first time it ever rained as we understand it. And what's more, water came from beneath, bursting forth from the ground. Geography, landmarks, ecospheres, the climate itself, none of it would ever be the same. God made the world new, just as he makes each Christian new in baptism, created anew for life and for promise. Amen.